What's up, everybody? It is Friday, February 9th. Today, for our Atlas session, we're going to be discussing paid advertising. In my career, I've done a significant amount of ads, okay? Just myself, just for personal things like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then for businesses that I was scaling, like Tech Academic, some other ones, Shopify, all of that kind of stuff, crossing well into the seven figures. And then also lots and lots and lots of ads training. I had one of the top advertising courses in the world at one point, Dark Post Profits 1, 2, and 3. Dark Post Profits 1, first version, over 5,000 buying members. And we built a community of something like 30 or 40,000 people where all we talked about was advertising. And this was early. This was 2014, 2015 that happened. And then 2016, I switched over to teaching people how to advertise for Shopify, e-commerce, and drop shipping. So 2016, 2017, I built another group with around 55,000 members where pretty much all we taught was paid advertising. And then 2018, we taught people running paid advertising again, and we scaled masterminds with paid advertising as well. So at the end of the day, it's pretty exciting. I'm getting blown up. I always get blown up on text. It's Russell Brunson's assistant. I got to get her on these Zooms so she knows. So I pretty much I have a variety of advertising experience. My primary success personally was with Facebook ads. So where I have the most experience is Facebook ads. I still prefer Facebook ads as my primary advertising model. However, during all that time that I just mentioned where I was sort of heavy in the advertising game, TikTok ads did not exist. So I had my friend come out and teach TikTok ads a few times to us, and people got amazing results. First, we started with follower ads, just getting more followers, getting people to 1,000 TikTok followers so that they can unlock the link in bio. And then getting people lead ads, TikTok leads, getting a name, email, and phone number qualified for $1 to $2 each. And where you guys need to go from there is you guys need to really dive into what's called targeting, interest targeting. And this is the area I think that most of you are struggling with, because if you're here in this community, we've never really taught interest targeting, but you have to at some point get good at targeting interest. So all the ads that you've been taught so far, like if you were taught TikTok follower ads, you're not going to make any sales in internet income system with those ads. Like TikTok follower ads are literally just to get your followers. TikTok lead ads are literally just to build a list and get comfortable and get inexpensive leads, but they're not targeted at all. Like they're not leads that are like likely buyers, right? So a lot of you are like, oh my God, I've got like 50 leads that I bought for $1 each. It's like $50. And you're like, why has nobody bought the $100 a month subscription? Well, first of all, you don't have enough leads. Like you spent $50, right? If you can spend 50 to make 100, if you're that good with just generic target women in the US, age 35 and above, like if you're that good, then I'll give you 100 grand today and just you run my ads for me. Nobody's that good. You might get lucky, but no one's going to consistently get sales like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's realistic. What's realistic. Also, I'm going to overcome some objections that people have. Like for example, Marcus has a good objection. I guess I'll address it up front, but we'll actually teach on it later. But he said, what can I do? My Facebook ads account has been locked for over a year. So prior to getting started in this, questions like this are there a mindset problem, not a skill set problem, right? So you're looking for tactical, detailed instruction of what to do. However, there's 100 other obstacles that are in the same category as that. My TikTok ads account got banned. My Facebook account got banned. My Stripe got banned. I can't get Stripe in my country. My country won't allow this or that. There's this endless amount of I'm stuck questions, right? I'm stuck and I haven't been able to do anything. So the reality is that for all of the I'm stuck questions, regardless of what they are, what I have found in my life is the very same day I'm already up and moving with something else. Like, so the first things first is I have had maybe like 6 or 7 ads accounts banned on Facebook because I tested everything. So I've had 6 or 7 accounts banned. In fact, true story. You guys ready for this one? I'm about to share my screen, and the ads account that I'm sharing my screen on for this one is from a previous account from back when I was married. This account, I can't see the exact date, but I think this account was from 2008. So I have an account here from 2008. The profile picture is still me and my ex-wife. We've been separated since 2015. We've been separated 7-8 years. This is just an old account. I never log into it. I just use this for advertising training because it's an account in good standing, credit cards on file. I can run ads on it. But just to give you perspective, if I log in right now to my main Chris Record account and I log in to go place ads, it'll say you can't place any ads. And I've appealed it several times. But that's never stopped me from placing ads. That happened before I spent $1 million in ads. So my ads account got shut down the very same day I set up new accounts and was up and running. Same thing with like Stripe. On Monday, let me remind you guys too, on Monday at noon Pacific time, which is 10th, 11th, 12th, that's the 12th, right? Monday the 12th, noon Pacific time, we're doing a huge onboarding session. Sorry, we didn't make it 1 or 2. Okay, I know there's a few of you, the Stefans out there, but it's noon Pacific time. And we're going to do a huge onboarding session. And part of that onboarding session is going to be a huge Stripe session, overcoming objections for Stripe. I just want to put that out there. I know it's a distraction, but Stripe objections, but it's the same kind of thing. I've had maybe 12 Stripe accounts. In fact, how about this one? This is a perfect example. So I'm recording the new onboarding videos, right? For Atlas and IIS. So in the new onboarding videos, we need to show setting up a Stripe from scratch. So I'm setting up yet another Stripe from scratch. Another one, DJ Khaled, another one. I'm setting up another. No, Terry, you've already onboarded, but you should go through the training because it's going to show, it's the whole new system everybody's going to go on. So literally the new onboarding videos, I'm setting up a brand new Stripe. I'm setting up a brand new high level. I'm setting up all these things from scratch and then doing it. So I want you to understand this because like it never once dawned on me. It never dawned on me like, oh no, my Stripe doesn't work. I mean, in my mind, I'm just like, why not just set up another? Like my mind is just, it's a mindset thing. Like, why not just set up another one? Oh my God, my Facebook ads account got banned. Okay, I'll deal with that. I'm going to email them. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to try to get reinstated because I like that account. But why not just set up another one? I don't get it. Why not just set up another one? My TikTok got shut down. Why not just set up another one? My YouTube channel got banned. Why not just set up another one? You know, it's a mindset problem. So then you have to create this. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I got to say it up front because some people are going to run into this, right? You have to create a reality. You have to create a new reality, which is what my idea is like, I will figure out why I'm getting banned. I don't want to do that again. If I did something wrong, I need to fix it. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep running ads. I'm not going to not run ads. I'm not going to not create content. I'm not going to not do something. I'm not going to, what about Stripe? I'm not going to not accept money. That's crazy. What am I going to do? Not take payments? That would be nuts to me. If I was in IIS right now and something happened with my Stripe account, it wouldn't be 30 minutes before I fix that. Okay. Now, the tactical side, there's the mindset side, there's the tactical side. The tactical side is everybody just wants to know what's the answer. Okay, if that happens, what exactly do I do? That's the tactical side. I need you to understand the tactics don't really matter. God, I'm sneezing. The tactics don't really matter as much as the mindset. Because if you're not even in that mindset to get back up and running the same day, if you're letting it go longer than a day, 2 days, 3 days, you're pretty much going to just give up on it. And look, you're not the only one. I just talked to somebody that has done multiple 7 figures online and has a list of over 100,000 people. Just talked to him about doing a promo. And he's like, nah, man, I can't. You guys use Stripe. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I was just sitting there going like, what? Like, what? Like, this is somebody who's made millions of dollars. And his question prior to that, for context, was, well, do you guys have another option besides Stripe? Can we do PayPal or can we do wire transfer, whatever? And I was just like, no, right now our whole system works on Stripe. And his answer was, sorry, I can't do it. So he literally, in his mind, has created the reality that one bad thing happened to me in the past, and therefore I'm afraid. Like, no, I'm kind of joking. I'm kind of firing shots, but like one bad thing happened and that's that. I can't do nothing about it. My hands are tied. My hands are behind my back. My hands are tied. I can't do anything about it. If you have this mindset, and we're going to dive into ads, you're going to get screwed. You're going to lose all your money. You will lose all your money. If you have that kind of attitude and you go to a Las Vegas casino, you're done. They got you. You're going to lose all your money. You have that kind of attitude, you go anywhere, you're done. You invest anywhere, you're done. Okay? So first things first, I need you to understand there are multiple solutions. Like just when I was talking with Jeff, he's like, well, what are some of the ideas you're going to share about Stripe? And I think he asked me because maybe he didn't know himself. And I just rattled off like 10 different ways people could solve their Stripe problems. And he's like, done. But the thing is that did anybody show me those ways? Did I ever go to somebody and be like, oh, boo-hoo, I got my Stripe shut down. Can someone please tell me how to get another? No, I just sat there and I used common sense. Just common sense. What do I need to do to set up another Stripe? What are my options? Like, if you just clear out the noise, you don't always need help. You don't always need somebody holding your hand. Okay? You don't need somebody doing it. There's usually a common sense answer, which is why tomorrow or this weekend, I'm setting up a brand new Stripe. Yet another one. And why not? And honestly, for those of you guys that are actual going to be real money makers right now, anybody's going to make some real money in this thing, like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, here's some advice. Why don't you go ahead and set up a couple new Stripes now? Come a day, you probably need them, right? Let's set up a couple new Stripes now. Let's get out of the way. What about Facebook ads? What about ads accounts? Why don't you go set up a couple ads accounts now? Why don't you act as if something's going to get shut down? So that when it does, you just go like this, whoop, up and running same day. Okay? Why don't you do that if you're going to be big? I understand if you're brand new today, you've never even placed an ad, you've never done it. I get it. One step at a time. Right? You don't need 12 little ads accounts like me. I just wanted to get a little sidetracked here sometimes when I get a preacher Chris. Yeah, Facebook ads, Inger, Facebook ads, all I'm pretty much going to teach today. I don't really have the capacity to teach TikTok ads today or Instagram or YouTube ads or anything like that. I will, at least on a high level, talk about the various ad strategies that, like I'll talk about the various types of ads you can place and what might work. But I guess I will. Yeah, you can place for IIS, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, listen, you guys. Yes, promote IIS 100%. But you do realize, like, I'm trying to teach you life skills, career skills. I don't want to teach. If all I do is teach you how to place ads for IIS, I have failed you. I need to be able to teach you the principles of ads that you can run to scale anything and everything you want. I need to teach you the principle of ads that you can go get a six-figure job working as the advertising manager at some corporate big company. I need to teach you the advertising principles so you can have an agency that charges clients to run ads for them and scale that out. I need to teach you ads so that when a good opportunity comes and there's a trend, we don't have time to do a masterclass, you're set. You're going to go run ads. At the end of the day, I'm teaching principles and skills. Now, I encourage you to use those skills for IIS, of course. Why not? It's a great place to practice. Instant commissions makes it easy. But there's no shame in the game. Like, this ain't a cult. Use the skills anywhere you want. Okay? But yeah. I'm going to try this other YouTube ad system. Free is good. Yes. Usually free is not good. Also, be very, very careful about the other training that's out there. I've been in the ad game for a long, 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 long time. Now, I don't know that system, so I cannot speak on it. But first things first, can I just give you some real basic advice? Some real basic advice. This is for all the adults in here. Stuff ain't really free. You guys real, like, can we be honest about it? Stuff's not really free, right? So if there's a free Zoom on a Thursday night, it's a sales pitch. You guys understand, right? You guys do understand that, right? Like, it's not free. Like, it's weird, right? Like, it's like saying, like, you're coming down to the car dealership and you're getting pitched on a car, but you're like, oh, but it's free. It's free to go test drive this car. It would be weird to say that, right? Like, they are going to hammer you to buy that car. So you are going into the lion's den, right? Or you might go, hey, look, the strip club. Look at the strip club. It's free tonight. There's no cover charge. It's free. You really think that strip club's going to be free? It's free to walk in the casino. You think the casino's free? All right, I'm just saying. Let's just be adults here for a second. This is not, in the internet marketing world, free is a marketing word to get your attention, but it's not free. Just want to let everybody know because we're adults. You also need to know, because if you're going to run paid ads ain't free. Paid ads cost money, ain't free. So, okay, let's get into some of the actual topics. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a big picture of different types of ways to advertise, and then let's narrow it down, and we're gonna end up at Facebook, and I'm gonna log into some old account, and I'm gonna do something in case you guys are wondering if you want some foreshadowing right now. I'm gonna teach something I'm gonna spend a little bit of time today on intersecting interests. You guys ever heard of that? I don't know if you guys have heard of, let me see in the chat. If you're familiar, if you could explain what intersecting interests are, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't know enough to be able to explain it, put a 2. A 1 if you could explain it, put a 2 if you don't. Let me just gauge the audience really quick. Like 80-20, right? 80% couldn't explain it, and 20% could. Okay, I'm gonna call on one of the people that could explain it. Kathleen Corner, put a 1. Kathleen Corner. Can you jump in the chat? Can you really quickly tell me what intersecting interests are? Kathleen, just do it in the chat real quick. I can call you out. I can call anybody out if they want to explain what they are. Let's just see real quick if Kathleen could do it. Okay, let me call someone out. Let's see. Who do I want to call out? Okay, let's call out. Let's see if somebody's willing to come out and actually say it on screen. Let's see. Ryan, what about you? Ryan P. Ryan, you willing?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, here's the quiz. Intersecting interests. What do you think they are?
I was just thinking maybe it would be something like Michael Crouch's founders platform, kind of mixing in with your internet income system thing here. Something like that.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay.
All right, good try though. Good try.
Next.
No, yeah, we're not even close. Okay, let's try again. Is there anybody else with guts to come out and try to guess? Let's see. Let me remove this. I think it's fun sometimes to call people on their stuff. Let's see, where are some ones at? Christian Alva. I got the guts. Oh, come on. You want the smoke? Wait, hold on. Let me bring you out to add spotlight. Oops. Hold on. 1 second. There you are. All right. You said I got the guts. Prove it.
Yeah. So I'll use a Chris Record example because Chris Record is the man, but if we're doing e-com, let's just as an example, Facebook, let's say, what was it, the one that you did, the zombie show, Walking Dead. So if you wanted to create like an e-com shirt that was like Walking Dead, but related to a song, like a rock and roll song, you could advertise to Walking Dead fans and then also to like the band of the song. So let's say you had a shirt that says some kind of play on the zombie stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah, you're coming. Okay, so like Walking Dead, and I think there was a group called Talking Heads. If not, there was a song called Talking Heads, but I think it was a group called the Talking Heads, I can't remember, from the 80s or something. That would be an example. It'd be like, you would, if you had like it's a group, there you go. If you had a shirt that was like the Talking Heads, but it was like in the style of like zombies and zombie apocalypse type stuff, but it said the Talking Heads, then what you would want to do is you would want to find people that were interested in that band who also had an interest in Walking Dead. So the Walking Dead might have 1 million people, the Talking Heads might have 1 million people, but people that like both might only be 100,000. Maybe only 10% of the audiences are intersecting. So they overlap. If you imagine 2 circles like a Venn diagram, they overlap. That would be an intersecting interest. So you pretty much, I give it to you guys. Give it up for Christian. He got the guts. That's what he said. I got the guts. All right, thanks, Christian. Appreciate you. Yeah, that works by me. And there's a few people in the comments that got it too. I thought it was fun to just call people out on the spot. Got to do that more often. It's kind of like if I start doing that at random, you guys are going to start getting worried about coming on these Zooms because I'm going to call you out. Put you on the spot and see how much you know?
Nah.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on one second. Can hear let's see, Ryan. I forgot to mute back on. All right. We should be good now. Okay. So big picture. The big picture is that there's principles of advertising that relate to all the different platforms. So I can share stuff today that generally will work on all the platforms, most of them. Those are principles, right? Principles are kind of like they worked 10 years ago, they worked 5 years ago, they work now, they'll work 5 years from now, they'll work 10 years from now. An example of a principle is intersecting interests. Being able to go and target, you being able to take something and even exclude an audience, is an example. Like any kind of deep targeting is pretty much where the real money's made, okay, in this game. Now there's exceptions, but that's pretty much where the real money's made. Especially for beginners, pretty much the only place money's made. So we're going to focus on principles. Practices are going to be like new ad platforms or exactly how to use each platform. So like a practice would be like, let's set up a YouTube ads account and let's go in and let's look at what options exist for us. And then let's go in and let's place an ad here on this account. If you do that training 10 years ago, for sure, you'd have to do a new one today because it would be outdated, right? It would be outdated. So you'll often see people do like updated for 2024. They'll do a new version, but the principles stay the same. So the reason I'm sharing this is because the first thing that I want to share with you guys before we get into the advertising training, the first thing I want to share with you guys is some old training that I did. I'm going to see if I can pull it up really quick for you guys. I just want to train some old training. I'm going to give you this one as an example. Let me pause it. Okay. I'm going to show you this one real quick because if you're willing to look past the things that have changed, this is 7 years old. If you're willing to look past the things that have changed, then you'll find very, very, very huge value here. So your homework if I was getting ready to spend money in ads, I would want to soak up advertising content, even if it was outdated, just to see if there's little things that I can get. So this is an example. I don't even know whose this is. I didn't ask to share this. This is just somebody sharing my stuff. I just found it on somebody else's YouTube channel real quick. So here's Debbie, 7 years ago, posted Chris Record, Facebook, $5 a day ad training. So if you just search, Chris Record, Facebook ads training. That's all I did. And you'll be able to start to see stuff. This is an old one, 7 years ago, an hour and a half that teaches Facebook ads training. And so it kind of just goes in and teaches it. Like we'll look at it really quick. I mean, if you look at this, it's like showing how I'm choosing demographics, showing how I'm going and doing this, showing how I'm setting up ads. This one's targeting like network marketers and entrepreneurs, and I'm putting together lists. Yeah, self-employed people, network marketers. So anyways, you don't need to see this. I'm hovering over it. But that's an example right there. Chris Record, $5 day Facebook ads training is another one I was just showing you right here from Debbie. And you can go find some other ones that I've done as well. They're just like you can find loosely people post my stuff, okay? You got to sometimes do some other searches. You can even find stuff on, even on places like Facebook and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, start there. This is like, I want you guys to realize like, it's not, your first instinct is going to be that it's outdated, but again, there's principles and there's practices. You have to be able to, when you're watching training, you have to be able to identify what's an actual principle, what could still work today versus the ads layout is going to be different. The user interface is going to be different. Some of those features may not exist. You got to be willing to cut that out. Okay. Now, that being said, I'm going to share another, before I show this other screen, I want to say, I recommend kind of starting in this order. So if you're new and you haven't placed ads, I'd recommend starting with TikTok just because it's so cheap. TikTok is just so cheap. It costs $20 a day minimum to be able to advertise on TikTok, but you can get like dollar leads off of it. You can run TikTok follower ads. There's lots of ways to practice with that $20. The biggest advice I will give each of you right now is if you're going to have any ads running at all ever in your life from this day forward, You are fully responsible for turning off those ads. Okay. I want to beat this home for a minute because it saddens me to the point of being a little bit upset over it. Many of you have come to me after our advertising training saying, "Hey, Chris, what can I do? TikTok, TikTok like took $400 out of my account." And I was like, TikTok wouldn't just take $400 out of your account. So can you please give me some more information? Well, what was happening was I was running ads, but I paused them, but TikTok kept running them. And then they took the money out of my account. And I was like, look, they ran your ads ran and the money got taken out of your account. But this didn't happen to one person. I'm embarrassed a little bit to admit this is probably 20 or 30 people here. And I had one person that got charged $2,000. Now, look, your money is your responsibility. Okay. Your money is your responsibility. If you're going to set up an ads account, that can happen to you. You have to understand that can happen to you. You have to understand that if you are not careful, money can fly out of your account. This has happened pretty much to even successful advertisers where they forgot they had some ads running, okay? So my advice, some people are saying give them a limited debit card. No, because that doesn't solve the problem. That's not the answer because that means that you're limited to what you can do. No, you want to be able to scale to thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars because when something's hot, it happens fast. It happens fast. What I mean is I might place 30, 40, 50 ads and they all lose money, but one of them is smoking hot. And I've got to sink my teeth in while that's hot and scale that thing. And next thing you know, you're seeing, how's Chris bringing in 100 new people a day into the internet income system? How's he doing? That's $10,000 a day in new income. It could just be one hot ad that I sunk my teeth into. You got to be ready to see, you got to be ready to pause all those other ones and sink your teeth into a winner. All this is it's just us mining, digging, panning for gold. That's all advertising is you're just panning for gold, and most of the time you're not going to find gold, but when you find gold, or it's like digging for oil, most of the time you're not going to find oil. But when you find oil, your family's set for generations. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand this basic principle, which is when you have money, when you have a card attached to a platform and you're running ads, it is your responsibility over what's spent and what's not spent. The community cannot get you a refund. You will not get a refund. I hope I'm being clear and strong because I don't want anybody to lose money. TikTok's where I'd start. Then I'd go to Facebook. Facebook is pretty much Instagram. The only difference is that the types of ads you would run on Instagram are different types of ads and the demographic is different there. Facebook, you can pretty much run anything, pretty much anything. TikTok is, you're looking at short form videos. Instagram, it's just a different dynamic over there. I would encourage advertising to a younger audience on Instagram and being a little bit more fresh and modern. That stuff works a little bit better. And as far as YouTube ads are so difficult to crack that my advice for YouTube ads is I wouldn't even touch them unless you can show me that you're on the leaderboards in IIS because of ads. Like if you can't even get on a leaderboard from paid ads, like if you can't even be getting thousands of dollars a month in recurring income from paid ads, don't go spend money on YouTube. Just don't even bother. You could play with it, but nah. It's such a different game. It's so much harder. Now, the last type of ads I'll talk about a little bit, but I will come back if we have time for Q&A, is influencer ads. I am a fan of influencer ads. If you are going to do influencer ads, what influencer ads is where you pay somebody who has a large social media following, you pay them to promote your business to their audience. Okay. Now, a couple quick thoughts about influencer ads. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. If you guys like it, we'll come back at the end. First things first is you're going to have to create a custom funnel for them. So if you're not taking the time and energy to build a custom video funnel for them, I wouldn't even bother with influencer ads. If you're like, how do I even do that? You're not ready for influencer ads anyways. In order to do influencer ads, you're probably going to need a custom funnel. You're going to need something that you're going to need to understand bridge marketing. Because if this girl's name is Mary and she does cosmetics and she's a makeup influencer, I'm going to fail if I give her $1,000 to promote internet income system. I'm going to fail. But if I put together a bridge, which is something that kind of, I got to find an idea for something that tell me more about her audience. It's women. So first of all, this bridge page is going to be tailored to women. Understand, that's the very first thing. Second of all is where is the intersecting between these two interests, right? Like, so makeup and cosmetics and internet income system, making money online. So I got to figure out, because making money online, how do people in her industry make money online? What are they used to? They're probably used to seeing their favorite influencer make money online. They're probably familiar with things like platform revenue. They're familiar that Instagram and TikTok and Facebook will pay you for reels. They're familiar with that stuff because that's what they're used to. So I would create a little video that talked about how they can get paid off of reels, how they can make money doing cosmetics, doing makeup. And suddenly they're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And it's tailored to women. And say, what you're going to be missing is how to be able to take a brand new profile and make it grow big. We teach social media marketing. You're going to be missing how to be able to have a back end because these platform revenues too small in the beginning. So you're going to need something that you can put links in the bio, put a link tree up and promote stuff. We're going to teach you how to monetize. So you got to be able to realize we have all of these things and they have all of these things. We're going to put them together in a bridge. If you do not understand what I'm talking about, or you do not get it, I would avoid influencer ads unless you got money. One exception to everything I'm teaching about is if you got money and you ain't afraid to throw a little here, throw a little there, then sure. If you got money. And what do I mean by money? Like let's say you got 100 grand just sitting around collecting dust right now. Sure, spending $1,000 on an influencer ad that flops is not going to hurt you that much. But if $1,000 right now, if $1,000 hit might sting a little bit, just don't do it. Just wait, get a little better first. All right. So then there's also other ways to place ads. Let me give you a couple more ads just for creatives. This is intermediate. If you are a beginner, just earmuffs right now. Okay. Earmuffs. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, here's some place I had some massive success. Number one is don't buy solo ads at all. Instead, create your own. In fact, that's for everybody. Don't buy solo ads. Okay. Create your own solo ads. Now, here's what I mean. Go to a business like a blogger or a business or somebody who's influential that has an email list. Go to somebody who has an email list and you join their email list and you'll be able to see what kind of emails they send. If they're never really promoting anything and there's no sponsored stuff in there, then they're not doing any kind of solo ads or sponsors. You could just become a sponsor for their email list. Say, hey, I've been a subscriber of your list. I really like what you're doing. I'd love to be able to advertise or sponsor with you. Why don't we start with something simple? How about I sponsor the email signature underneath your signature? I sponsor the PS for, let's say, 10 emails. Now you're probably getting some crazy good deal because they're like, that's nothing. They put their signature and underneath PS, they just throw PS. You know, we teamed up with so-and-so. This we got a little free to PS this Thursday. We're doing a free thing, whatever. So easy. It's one of the easiest ways that I've just absolutely crushed, right? So when I was doing $1 million launches, I was doing stuff like this. I was spending $5,000 sponsoring other people's emails, and it was just working so well. Another thing that you can do is you can do sponsored write-ups. So for example, you can go to somebody, whatever, go to somebody's got like a blog or something like that or whatever. And, if you have them go through, somebody who's got some popularity, if you have them go through some videos of the stuff that we're doing, just say, hey, we've got a community. We do these kind of trainings every single day. I wanted you to kind of review a couple of them, see if you like them and write a post about it. That's another really good thing right there is if you kind of clip out some content, show it to some people that could do write-ups, write a post about it. And then you could say, we could do it one of two ways. I could either pay you for the write-up. We'll use my link. Or if you want, we could get you set up with a business and we could use your link. So now you're either saving money and just reaching out and signing people up, or you're offering them money to be able to do like promotions. This kind of stuff works extremely well, but you got to be able to cover it. So if you guys are intermediate, these are advertising techniques you should be trying for sure. Especially the influencers, if you know what you're doing. Now let's go all the way back to Facebook And let's start with something more simplistic. Simplistic. What did, was it Christian? Oh, Christian's in the comments posting examples. Fans of the, okay, we'll do what Christian's saying right now. Okay, so if you guys see the image in the chat that says welcome to the jungle, can I pull this into the screen? I think I can. Hold on one second, then I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so if you, because some people are watching the replay don't see the chat, right? So let's go like this, and let's share my screen. So in this example, Christian posted a shirt. Welcome to the jungle. So this obviously created with AI, right? Ian posted this. Ian Horner posted this. So this is done with AI, right? Did he just do it on the spot? I don't know the context of this. Ian, did you just create this right now while we were live on this training? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. I have no idea. Yeah, Ian says I did that. But yeah, Ian, did you do it right now live while we're on the training, or did you do it before? It's got to be live, right? Because weren't you just talking about this? So anyways, in this example, look. So you got a shirt like this, welcome to the jungle, okay? And I think we could even do several variations that we could probably even change the, get to the point where the fonts are all good and everything, where the words spell. But in this case, what you would do is you would target like Guns N' Roses, fans of Guns N' Roses, while at the same time, fans of The Walking Dead, right? So you would basically, instead of just targeting people in The Walking Dead, you're like, well, it's a zombie. They'd love it. But you don't know if they'd love that tagline. And just Guns N' Roses might like the tagline, but maybe they'd rather see a gun and a rose than a zombie. Now, if what I would do though, is I would do a whole bunch of these. Okay. Yes, live. Okay, yeah. So he just did this live on the spot. That's the power of AI. What I would do is I would do a variation. This is what I would do. I would do a variation where it's a zombie holding a gun and a rose. That's probably what I would do. A zombie holding a gun and a rose, and it could say "Welcome to the jungle." I think that's probably more. That's even more specific. So now the question is, when you talk about advertising, we're going to start with this, and you're going to see how it works with all kinds of other stuff, right? So somebody says, Jeremiah says, is welcome supposed to be spelled wrong on purpose? No, Jeremiah, he did this shirt design in 30 seconds. Jeremiah, he just typed it into what'd you use? ChatGPT 4 or something? He just typed it in and just spit this out in 30 seconds. If you spent even 30 minutes on this, you'd get 30 different variations of the shirt. It's not like he designed this. This shirt is not designed. This shirt is literally just AI spitting something out in 30 seconds. Okay. So first, we're going to talk about using this for e-commerce, and then we're going to talk about how to use this for your actual Atlas IIS ads. So in this example, we need two audiences. We need Guns N' Roses, and we need The Walking Dead. Okay. So once you're inside of Facebook and you're creating ads and stuff like that, I'm gonna show you what this is real quick. This is I'm gonna go over to this real quick. This is the audience builder, audiences. Okay. If you go in and you use the audience builder, this is just builds your audiences in advance. So one of the things that I like to do, I don't like to build audiences while I'm placing ads. This is just, okay. I'm going to come back to this in just a second. I know you guys want to see this. Let me give a context real quick. Rather, you guys understand, placing ads is real money. Okay, so before I dive into this, placing ads is your real money that you are gambling with, that you will most likely lose because you are a beginner. Pros profit. Okay, beginners gather data. You're paying for data. You're paying for experience. So you'll most likely lose money. So my theory is, why don't we go in and pre-build a whole bunch of audiences that one day you will advertise to when you are ready? Now that is something, because now all you got to do is go set up a Facebook ads account, go into the audience builder, and just start building a whole bunch of saved audiences. Maybe you want to target women who are network marketers. Then maybe you want to target men who are network marketers. Then maybe you want to target people who are into affiliate marketing, or maybe you want to target, fans of popular influencers in our space, fans of Gary Vee, fans of Grant Cardone, fans of, Russell Brunson. Maybe you want to target different sub niches. Pre-build these audiences. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to show these because I want you guys to kind of do this as a homework assignment. So once you set up an ads account, which I'm not going to do today because this is not a full ads training, it's more big picture. You're going to go in to create an audience and you're going to create these saved audiences. Okay. And if you don't know how to get here, you could literally just Google it. Facebook ads, create a saved audience. It'll give you step by step. Okay. You guys don't need me to hold your hand every single way. Okay. And what I'm going to do real quick is just show this too. Boop. They're just designing them in the background of the chat. I might as well show to the people that are watching the replay. They're just going off. It's just pretty funny. So you can name your audience if you know what you're gonna build. If you're like, okay, I want to build an audience of female network marketers, then sure. Okay. But I usually name this last because I want to go play with these interests. The main thing that I want to do, I don't even care about everything. The main thing that I want to do is I want to just figure out who am I targeting? Okay. Where, like what countries, what ages, what genders, and then most of my time is going to be spent down here in the interests. Okay. But, I'm not going to target 18-year-olds. So I'm probably at the very least going to go over here to, I target an older demographic. I have found that an older demographic works best because they usually have, at this point, by 35 plus, they usually have a job, they usually have income, they usually have a credit card, and they probably have enough life experience that they realize that they want something besides a job. Now, 18-year-olds don't want a job, but they're a little bit hard. You have to completely change your ad copy to tailor to them. So we're going to go in here 35 to 65. Let's choose women. We're going to do all, and I'm going to change it to women afterwards just so you can see. So let's go in, add demographics. So let's type in Guns N' Roses. There they are. Guns N' Roses came right up. So over here on the right, it's showing us the audience of 35 to 65-year-olds in the United States that Facebook has that likes Guns N' Roses. So look, United States, 35 to 65, interested in Guns N' Roses is roughly 3.6 to 4.3 million people. Okay, so this audience is audience one. So you could try to run an ad to this audience. Okay, if you have enough money, then yes, I would run an ad to this audience. Now, the thing is that I believe that you could do even better if you started targeting a little bit more. So now let's go a little bit more, okay? And we're going to click narrow this audience down. We want to take it from 3.6, 4.3 million. We want to take it down. Let's narrow it, okay? So now we're going to narrow it and we're going to add The Walking Dead, right? So there's dog walking. There's the Walking Dead video game, Fear the Walking Dead, Walking Dead TV series. Now, if you're not sure which one, when you scroll over these on the right side, it'll be showing, how big the audiences are. But we want to do the TV series, people interested in TV series. So now, this detailed targeting is include people who match Guns N' Roses and must also match The Walking Dead. So this took this from 3 to 4 to 5 million down to 300 to 300,000. Okay, now it's not a very big audience, but it's a legit audience. Now I can obviously make this audience a little bit bigger if I go down. Let's see if I go down to age 30, if that goes up any higher. Barely. It barely went up to 426,000. Let's see if I go down to 21. It barely went up, right? So the thing is, those numbers are marginal enough that I don't care enough about that. 382,000 is fine. And then let's see what happens if I cut it in half again. Women, that's basically half. Men, that's basically a little bit more men than women in this audience. Okay, so this is the data that Facebook has. But here's the other thing. This is the other thing that's important, is that once you get a little bit good at advertising, once you create these audiences, you can actually there's two things you could do. You can create lookalike audiences, similar audiences based off of this one, but also Facebook will start, Facebook has an AI that will start to find people that are similar to these people. So you only need an audience of a few 100,000 to really kick things off and get things started. So you don't need much bigger of an audience than this. Okay. Now, is there any logic to the audience size? No, everything is going to come down to split testing. With the reason I like Facebook is because you can start with $5 a day ads. So what I would do with something like this is I would probably go $5 a day and go. So, and the reason I say there's really no starting point is because some of the best success I've ever had was where they weren't even able to estimate the audience size because it was so small. So I had ads that were absolutely crushing it, that they weren't even able to show me an estimate because it was too small. So you never know, but I had money to gamble on what I call split testing. I had money to split test certain ads, but this is fine right here. This range right here, I'm content with. There's enough people here to be able to have a shot at making this succeed. So then the next thing that you need is you need something to sell this audience. So now you're thinking, okay, The Walking Dead and Guns N' Roses. And so what I would do is I would use AI like the chat's doing. And there you go. There's another graphic that just got done. This one right here, look. Welcome to the jungle. A zombie's holding a gun and a rose. Did I not say this 5 minutes ago? And Ian Horner is already on it with the AI doing t-shirt design just like that in minutes. So if you guys can find Ian Horner's, find this picture in the chat if you guys are live in the chat and throw like an emoji on it or something like that. Just do something. Throw something on there. Flames, a heart, rose. I don't care what you throw. Throw something because you got community members taking action. Taking action is a lot better than just sitting around and never do anything with this. Now, in the beginning, I talked about, let me go back to, let me stop screen sharing. In the beginning, somebody said, okay, I want to use this for IIS. Let's cover that again. Yes. Let's spend the majority of our time in today's training showing how to use this for IIS. However, how do I say this? It's politically incorrect. This is an IIS training. These are IIS affiliates, and I'm supposed to tell you to be the most loyal IIS builders impossible, but I am not opposed at all to you running something like this shirt right here that Ian just did. You know what? You're going to need practice. And to be honest, you're probably going to sell this easier than selling a business opportunity in ads. Just being honest. If I wanted to get some experience, I don't really care whether I'm selling a coffee mug or some little kitchen utensil or a shirt that's printed on demand. It doesn't make a difference. I need advertising practice. So I'm not completely opposed to it. However, I do want to spend my time today for the IIS people, but I'm telling you right now, anybody I know that's any good at advertising, they could sell this. They could sell anything. What did Rick say? Rick said, I like the shirt, but I wouldn't want it as my day job. Explain what you mean you wouldn't want it as your day job. Could you just explain that really quick? Oh, I don't know that I caught the joke. I missed the joke. Jeff Ross says, use this with bridge marketing to use Facebook ads to promote IIS. A little bit more complicated, but I could get to that. That's a little more, that's like more advanced bridge marketing. Rick says, making shirts instead of doing IIS. First of all, Rick, you realize you don't make any shirts, right? Just, I don't know what Rick knows about this. Rick, that just took 30 seconds. Rick, to create a store with 100 shirts in it, that's all fulfilling all across and everywhere. To create an entire store, like I could do that in a day. In one day, I could have an entire store set up and have ads running to all of them. Also, I made 7 figures selling shirts. Over $1 million selling shirts like this. I don't know. Someone says I wouldn't want it as my day job. I'm just saying it wasn't the worst day job. Now, granted, Ian, I would keep running these images until you get the spelling right, though. AI is a little tough on that. Ian says, drop ship, give the VI. No, Ian, I would not drop ship at all. I would literally just do print on demand. If anybody's drop shipping clothing, no. If anybody's actually making clothing, no. No. Print on demand. All you do is you create an image in AI, you upload it to a website, and they create the store for you. And they ship it out, and they do everything. It's all print on demand. POD. It's some of the easiest money I've ever made in my life. No, Stacy, not a fan. So Stacy fixed all the spelling in it. No. Here, if you guys follow my advice before, I say do not take it into Canva, do not edit the text. So see how it says welcome to the jungle? Do not try to fix the text. Don't bother. you just got to get a little better at AI. All this is just improving slightly in AI and you'll nail it. Don't worry about this. Like, don't worry. Right now, if I jumped off this and I spent 30 minutes in AI, I would get an epic shirt for this. You don't, the days of actually designing anything yourselves are done. The days of worrying about text is done. You just slightly get a little bit better. Listen, I'm not going to spend any more time on print on demand because I feel like I'm going to open up a can of worms. Let's just say that if you guys want that for another topic, for another day, I'll spend a whole day with you guys on print on demand. Okay? Fair? Like next week, choose a day, Wednesday, whatever, print on demand. I'll spend a whole week there because I don't want to. This is a touchy subject for me because this is a subject I know a lot about. So let's keep moving. Just share screen. Don't fix the spelling in like Photoshop or Canva or nothing like that, you guys. No, just fix it with AI. And also, you guys, since I did the last AI training, tools are even better now. Tools are even better now. So like I can show you some new stuff. Okay, so let's have some fun here. Let's take away interest. Let's take away these ones. Okay, let's go again. Now, if you guys have any intersecting interest you want me to test right now, I will test them and I'll put them in here. While you guys are thinking of things in the chat. So if you guys want me to search stuff, if you guys want me to go check stuff out here on Facebook, let me know. But one thing that I will do is I will say that with Internet Income System, we are an international business. Okay, however, we're going to do better in English-speaking countries for the time being. A whole nother thing that we can get into is we could do a whole nother session just on translations. And I can show you how to basically create all the same content for other countries. But what I'll usually do is I'll put in some countries like this. Canada, you know, look, we have a lot of people in Australia here with us right now. I'll do Australia, you know, even New Zealand, you know. But what I won't do is I won't do like Mexico. Do you see what I'm saying? I won't do like India, okay? Because I'm looking for like English speaking countries. Now, I probably will do the United Kingdom, okay? So, the reality is countries that have Stripe, no, I probably wouldn't go. I wouldn't care if the country has Stripe or not, because that's a minor obstacle. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, pretty much like they don't need Stripe in their country in order to be part of IIS. Okay. You guys just keep going. I might as well keep sharing real quick. Hold on. Just in the meantime, I got to drop some of these in here real quick. Who is this one from? Dean. Can we just admire the fact that like we're just talking in real time and students are just, this is what we teach in our community, AI. And they just do it in minutes. It's so cool. I almost like somehow I just stop and I'm in awe. So anyways, let's just go here. This right here is what I call the big five. Now in the advertising world, I call it the big five. In Facebook, and when I did Dark Post Profits the first time around, Stefan says they do to get paid. No, bigger bear. No, they don't need they don't need any of that. People are overcomplicating things way too much. There's nobody that I can't get paid in this company. So it's not an issue. No, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about that, but this is mindset problems. This is it's not an actual real problem. We're not dealing with an actual problem. There's no, oh my God, somebody can't, get Stripe. It's like, first of all, there's like a dozen different ways to solve that problem. It's not, look, in business, there are going to be, all business really is constant fires and constant putting out fires and constantly solving problems and finding solutions. And that's all business is. So if y'all don't want to target, if there's a country y'all don't want to target because they don't have Stripe, I'll just advertise there myself. But there's no way I'm not going to advertise somewhere. What if that's the gold mine? I'm not gonna not try. So I'm just saying it's just a mindset problem. We're gonna have to do some more mindset Zooms where we cover those issues. So this is the big five. This is where most of you should start with. Most of you should start with targeting these 5 countries. Okay, you can see them all right here. Okay, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. Now, of course, there's more. There's more. Okay. Now, as far as age range, you guys can do whatever you want. I tend to target older people because that's my demographic. That's who I relate more towards. Now, you guys see how I get a little youthful from time to time, and I tend to relate to some younger people, but lately I've just been embracing an older demographic and it's working really well. So I kind of don't change that. As far as men and women, I'm not going to select this without also having a custom video funnel for it. I'm not going to select women and send them to the same page. Okay. So whatever's happening here, if I'm selecting this, as soon as I start changing anything about this demographic, I'm also changing the page that they're landing on. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. So let's go to, do I have a page I can show you guys? Hold on. All right, here's a page. So I'll just show you one really quick. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So here's a page right here. It's a video funnels page, right? So this one right here is just a webinar replay page. But again, you got to start using video funnels for everything. If you're not using video funnels for literally for everything, you're just, what's the point of running an online business? Like video funnels just handles everything for you. This page took, I mean, maybe 60 seconds to build. Okay. Maybe 90 seconds at most. It's just, you just use video funnels. Okay. So anyways, this is just a webinar replay from a webinar I did before. And all I'm doing here is just basically there's a background, a title, a tagline, a video, and a button to be able to join and then watch the video. Okay. Pretty simple. Now, so this page right here. So now we're looking at the elements. What are the elements? Now, let's just take a gander at the elements of a standard sales funnel. Okay, a standard sales funnel. I don't know if I can make this big on your guys' screens. I'm going to try and see what happens if this looks any better without the orange behind it. Okay, so let's look at a standard sales funnel. So if you guys are taking notes, maybe write these down. But you've got this right here is the main headline. This is the headline. It's the biggest attention grabbing thing for the most part, especially of all the text. And then underneath it, this is called the tagline. So you've got headline, tagline, and then you've got video. However, it's really two things. It's actually video and thumbnail, right? So you can either make those one thing that's video plus thumbnail, or even make those two different options, because really all they're seeing is the thumbnail. Like everything is a series of decisions. Like they're not going to press play unless first they have to get past the thumbnail, right? So the thumbnail is an integral part of them pressing play. Okay, then you have a call to action button. A CTA is what this is called, but you want them to do something, right? Go somewhere or do something perhaps. And then usually you have then some additional what I would call like a paragraph or some content. Now, depending on really what you're trying to build, this could become a lot of content. Okay. So the reality is on something like this, right? So the reality is that these are your elements. Now, by the way, somebody's saying like, well, what about these words for advertising? No, I would not advertise this page. Okay. I need to stop. Every once in a while I have to stop and I forget that I'm talking to people that are very, very, very new. I got to always remember to give you the context that is my fault. All I am doing right now is showing you how intersecting interests work and what dynamic elements you have available on a video funnel. I just grabbed a random one that was open in my browser. Understood? Would I run ads to this? Never. Would this make any money from ads? No. Would this probably get my ads account shut down? Yes. Is this anything I'm teaching you to do? No, this is just, I wanted to grab a video funnel. You guys could have literally posted one in the chat. I could use yours. If anybody wants me to use their video funnel, I'll do the same thing. Any takers, feel free. Okay. I'm trying to give you the elements, the dynamic elements that you have as your advertising arsenal. If you do not understand this, you should not place paid ads. So let's go again, back to it. Sorry, I don't even know if I'm answering the right questions, but listen. After this paragraph of text down there, you have one more, which is the background. Okay, the background image, whatever. Now, if anybody took notes on those items and you feel like you did a decent job, paste them in the chat. If you feel like you just took notes on the elements, on the elements of a video funnel that I just shared, paste in the chat. I want to see if somebody got it. Okay. Come on, somebody post it. Hold on, waiting. Sometimes I'm a little delayed. I know I see you guys posting the title, elements of a video funnel, but I need to see the whole thing. No. Whoever's just the dot is missing stuff. Okay, there's some of you guys got it. Okay, yeah, now a bunch of you guys got it. Okay, so we're looking at, let's go through it once more, you guys. Headline, tagline, thumbnail, video, CTA, some type of paragraph text, extra content, and then this background image behind it. Okay, that's your things. Now my background image is this. It's just me speaking on stage. Pretty simple. Okay, that's pretty much it right there. Now, these are all dynamic for a reason. Okay, this where it gets fun. Hold on. Let me just hope my laptop doesn't die because it's so hot. All right, guys, this is where it gets fun. I helped Jeff redesign video funnels. You know, this is the new reskinned video funnels. You guys remember the old one? I helped him do it this way, specifically for advertising. So now it gets fun. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. This is where I want to spend the majority of my time, because if you guys understand this, it's just game over. Okay, so let's take a look at these elements, and let's also take a look at interests. So now, first thing, let's choose women. Before we even get into keywords, okay? When we choose women, we want to now have a feminine, okay, I'm not saying all women are feminine or all men are masculine, but I'm saying there is such things as a masculine aesthetic and a feminine aesthetic. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple subtle ones. Now, will this work for all women? No, all women are not the same. If there's any women in the chat, I'm pretty sure you can agree that women are not the same, okay? But generally speaking, when I target women, I will use colors that are softer, okay? I will use colors like pastels, beiges, tans, whites, pinks, purples, magenta. I will use things that are softer and more feminine, okay? I will not use all capitals if I can. I will try to, everywhere I go, I will try to make sure there's nothing all caps. If there is font options available, I might even look into some cursive fonts or some playful fonts that have a feminine aesthetic to them. The biggest area that the biggest two areas that I'm gonna go in this order. The most important thing that I would change, actually, who wants to guess? What is the number one what I'm about to say, what is the number one most important thing that I would change on this page? What's the first thing I would think about? I may not change it, but what's the first thing I'm going to consider changing on this page if I'm targeting women? If I'm targeting women, thumbnail. You guys got it. Thumbnail. 100% thumbnail. Easy. 100% thumbnail. So now this thumbnail, a thumbnail of a male with like blue eyes, it's not the worst thing, but it won't it's not like bad, it just won't convert as well. You know, I'm very conscious of the fact that this will not convert as well. Okay, so if I were to give you an example, let's look up, let's see. I'm gonna try to pull something up really quick if I can. As an example of, let me see, give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so as an example, oops. Okay, there we go. So like as an example, right, here's a thumbnail that I created for another video that I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this like here. Kind of like that, right? So yeah. So anyways, like that's the very first thing that I'm looking at doing. The very first thing that I'm looking at is going to be the thumbnail. Now, if I can start to create elements around this thumbnail. So the first thing, so Does anybody know how to change the thumbnail? Like what would you guys advise me in the chat? What do you think is the best technique for me to go and change the thumbnail? Now there's two ways. One is what I told Jeff to program in, which I think is kind of a little buggy right now. I think needs to be fixed a little bit. Is I told Jeff that I want us to be able to do a thumbnail overlay in video funnels. So how I wanted it to work is where I upload a video like this, but inside of video funnels, I can choose, I can clone this and then just swap the thumbnail. That's how you're going to want to do it in video funnels. However, if another way to do it would also just be to take the same video, whatever video it is that you're sharing, because it should just be like a short video, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes long. You could just take the same video and just re-upload it to your YouTube with a new thumbnail. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could go and if you needed to, you can go make a bunch of different variations of the same video. But I asked Jeff just to be able to swap the thumbnail. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a woman here. Does anybody want to guess second most important if I'm targeting women? I know you guys are torn on this one, aren't you? The majority are getting it right. You guys are torn. It's going to be background. The second most important thing is going to be background. Now, what I'm looking for is most likely I'm looking for a minimalist feminine aesthetic. Okay? Minimalist feminine aesthetic. So I'm going to avoid black. Okay? Like, okay, look, let's go with like, so let's go with like, okay. So I'm probably going to go with a color like this right here, right? So what I'm going to do is I might still have AI do it, but what I'll probably do is have AI design like I'll have ChatGPT-4 design like I'll come up with like these colors, right? I'll figure out like what the color codes are and stuff. And what I'll do is I'll have maybe the interior of a luxury home with a minimalist aesthetic, with a beige couch and, you know, certain color for walls, you know, and you start to get like, if you start to get something that's like really appealing, but then maybe even make it like a little bit futuristic or modern or whatever, not necessarily a bedroom, maybe like a home office or something like some sort of design like this, that's like very minimalist and clean. What happens is that feminine eyes tend to gravitate towards simple concepts, like it's got to be less busy. It cannot be too busy, and it's got to be fashionable, right? It's all got to be fashionable. It's got to be something that like the background should be something that that a woman would want to put like a woman would resonate with, a feminine aesthetic, right? So you know, there's a million things you could do, but I have found the most success with things like this. Now I'm going to look up in another tab real quick if I can show you one. I just can't remember. I think it was called Flight School. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? I can't remember the girl's name, so I don't know if I'm going to find it. There's a girl. There's a few big girls in the space. Flight Academy. Do you guys remember? Oh, I don't know. Do you guys ever follow the big female? Just spacing the name right now. Okay, hold on. Give me another second. So if I could show you the, if I could show you, if I can show you some of the aesthetics of some of this stuff, let me see if I can find. Well, let me go to the B School aesthetic. So I know Marie Forleo. We'll use that. Okay. I really want to find it was like the aviation or something. Okay. So like here's Marie Forleo, just as an example. So you guys kind of get the idea. Okay. So I'm not like making this up, right? Look at how minimalist this is. Look at the background. It's like a pink pastel. Okay. I don't know the exact colors, right? And then look, the font, again, the font, she is using capitals, but even with the capitals, it's small font. Okay. So this right here, this page is going to be a lot. Let me go ahead and put this on my, can I put this on my browser? Right there. Okay. So this page aesthetic compared to this page aesthetic, do you notice anything different between these two? Now, granted, these sites are much more professionally designed. So first and foremost, obviously, this is a professional photo shoot. This is me on a screenshot from a Zoom, and I touched it up. I ran it through AI. Second of all is this page right here. It took me 60 seconds to build. She didn't build this 60 seconds. So let's be fair. Let's be fair. Obviously, if I took more time, I could care more. But this right here is, you guys just got to trust me, is far more attractive to women. Now, women get this naturally. Can I have just women? Can you just set aside just 1 minute and let me just talk to the men here? Just, I appreciate you if you just let me talk to the guys. Okay, men, this, you need to learn this. Men, you need to understand this, because if you don't understand this, your numbers from all your campaigns are always going to be majority men. And you're always going to think, well, my target audience is men. No, it's that your marketing is all manly. It's all manly marketing. So what you're looking for is you're looking to figure out how. You're looking to figure out how you can attract women into the business, because women are easier to advertise to. Do you want me to say it again for the ones in the back? Women are easier to advertise to. You just don't experience that because you don't understand that there is a feminine aesthetic. That's exactly where video funnels comes in. Video funnels comes in because I can essentially build the same aesthetic, not exactly, with the version we have, not exactly. In the future, we'll be able to, but I can essentially build the same aesthetic, right? So just changing this background color here alone, just changing that background color, right? Just that alone, just changing it to something like, you know, one of these colors, you know, like anything like this, like any one of these, right? Just changing it to something like that. Save that image right there. Save that. Where's it going? Yeah. So just saving an image, just saving something like that, being able to just get into even anything like that. It's going to be that easy. Like just making those subtle changes. Now, if I just change that, it's not going to be enough. You guys understand that, right? Because I also have to change the other elements. I have to change the other elements around it. I need to be able to, literally need to be able to make the fonts match that. So if I have a white font, now the white font is not going to look good with that background. So you have to kind of realize, like, it's going to go a little bit more. You're going to have to figure out what all do you need to change on the page in order to make it work. But that's kind of what I'm just trying to teach you guys about, is that you can literally just keep trying different ideas, keep seeing what will work, and just do your best, you know, to be able to find something, right? Just do your best. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so let's keep going back. Let's scroll down this page. Look at this aesthetic. Now, here's another version. So I like doing it from this perspective. So now this is another, I don't care about the content, by the way. I do not care about the content. The content does not matter. We are not studying the copy. We are simply looking at the elements. Look at the background. It's like an off-white. It's a shade between like a white and a gray and a beige, right? So there's a pink. Look at the content. Look at the contrast difference, right? So this also works. It's not quite a white. It's like an off-white. This is a white. This is like an off-white. So you got title, tagline, and thumbnail. And this thumbnail, same thing. It's no different than my thumbnail, except it's a female and it's a little bit cleaner. That's the only difference, right? But I could always just crop this out if I wanted to. Okay, so keep going and you'll start to realize this is how women, so she's going with a yellow. Now, this right here, the only thing that really makes this feminine as an aesthetic, because this works for men too, is that there is a woman on stage. So it's giving a shout out to show authority and a power for women. Women like to see this. Now, it's not every woman's dream to get on stage, but if you were going to learn from somebody, you would like to learn from somebody that has enough authority that this group of people would want to listen to them, right? So this is a transfer of credibility here, this authority. And then notice this is it's a title case, lowercase, and italics. Work really well with women. Okay, same thing here. Another picture of a woman, simple aesthetic, fashionable, everything that I'm talking about. And you even got introducing the cursive, and you're also introducing the italicized stuff. And you're seeing some caps, but not in a overwhelming way. Definitely not in a way like this. Not in a masculine way. Okay. And now let's look at these colors. Okay, now what we're getting is we're getting this off-white, but now we've switched from yellow to pink. And it's like a pastel pink. And I think this is brilliant. And I think this color combination right here, this is, so girls, women care about aesthetic a lot more than men. Okay, that's why women will oftentimes take an hour to get ready to go out somewhere, whereas a man will just throw on a hoodie and an orange hat. I don't know. I'm just speaking from, I know a guy. So, you know, and then we got some pink down there. But this, probably out of all the aesthetics, I think this is probably the one we should look at the most. Because this is essentially basically saying, I care about my aesthetic and I am attracting women. Now, she makes millions of dollars with her B school, okay? She makes millions of dollars. So this is what I want you to think about when you see this. When you see this box women right here, I want you to automatically in your mind think this. And it's hard for you guys. It's easier for the women, right? But for the women, you can't do that with men. Understand, men don't buy from this page. This does not convert for men. Do you guys understand this? Now, on average, if you sent everybody 18 to 65 to this page, yes, you might get some men that buy, but you'll notice it's going to be majority women. So since it's going to be majority women, why even target men? Why not lean into the audience? Why not lean into it? So now you're leaning into women and you're saying, okay, if women are the ones coming to my page, what else can I do? What can I do with the colors? What can I do with the fonts? What can I do with the thumbnails? What can I do with the CTA button? How can I, also, here's one more thing I'll say. The colors have to match. Guys don't care much about this. Look. Yeah, I think I said it right. Yeah, actually, I just said it right. Guys don't care much about this. They just don't. Women care a lot more about aesthetic than men do. So lean into it. When you're dealing with a male audience, you could have a really garbage looking page and you can still make a lot of sales. With women, you really got to have something that has an emotional aesthetic to it. So we're going to go back. We're going to talk about some of these interests and we're going to talk about how they come into play. So we've talked about the gender interests, okay, men and women, and you're starting to understand that's the first change you're going to make to the funnel. But now you're going to make other changes. Okay, now, first of all, by the way, you could literally just create a funnel in another language. I'm just letting you know. That would be an example. But when you talk about bridge marketing, okay, the interest that you type in here, and by the way, let's see if, is it Marie Forleo? Yeah. So look, Marie Forleo. So we go people age 35 to 65 in the big five. Marie Forleo, look at this, 4 million person audience size. To this right here, to this person. She's been in the game a long time, and she's got a big. I almost remember the other girl's name. It like started with an S. I really wanted to show you the other one because I thought it was even better. God, I almost just thought of her name too. But basically, it's another Marie Forleo. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna get off of it. I hate when my mind plays tricks on me. So in this example, we can target people who like Marie Forleo. So now we understand people that like Marie Forleo like this. So if we created a video funnel for internet income system that had a look and aesthetic like this, and we targeted women that were interested in Marie Forleo, do you at least agree that we could increase conversions off of this? Do we at least agree that we can increase conversions off of this? Right? That is how you have to be thinking. So let's go back to these ads and let's look. Now, this keyword, all we're doing right here is Marie Forleo. We can go women 35 to 65 in the big 5 countries who like Marie Forleo. Now there's an audience. But we can take it a step further, right? We could do Marie Forleo, or we could do this as audience 1. We'll just call this audience Marie Forleo, big 5. That's what I would call it. I would go like, this is kind of how I'd name the audience, okay? I would name it something along the lines of, I'd probably start with big 5. And then I would probably do like the age, 35 to 65. And then I would probably do gender, female. And then I would do the audience name. There we go. I would probably do this because at a glance, I got all the information I need. What countries it's targeting, what age, what gender, and what interest. So now I could basically save this audience, okay? Create a saved audience. So now I've got this saved audience here that's ready to go anytime that I want to target Marie Forleo, okay? So it's kind of like that simple right there, okay? So you have this saved audience that you can do anytime that you want. You can just come right in and you can create an ad from it anytime that you want. It's very, very simple. All your information is there. You guys are putting in some names. No, I wasn't thinking of any of them. Good names though. Stormy, Sunny, Lady Boss. No, I'm familiar with all of them though. I'm just going to text my ex-girlfriend real quick. Wish me luck. Hey, y'all, wish me luck real quick. Hey, quick question. Hey, Zoom. This is going to be funny. Quick question. Wish me luck. Who is that girl with the flight school aesthetic you liked? Okay, wish me luck. Did I open up a can of worms? If I randomly get married to my ex-girlfriend next month, it was your fault that you guys could not figure out who I was talking about. I literally am blaming that one on you. You know who I'm talking about. If I randomly have a ring on and you see me back with my ex, by the way, my ex was very successful. She made $100,000 a month in profit in her 20s. I'm going to think of the name like right before she messes me back. Okay, so let's create another audience. Let's go to another audience, okay? I'm going to create a saved audience. We're going to skip all that up there. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go locations. We're like, no, let's just go United States just for this one, okay? We're going to make this one a little bit faster. So let's go down here to detail targeting. I usually jump all the way down to the bottom and then see what I do when I come in here and creating these saved audiences is I want to create 10 or 20 of them so I have them ready to go for ads. I'm thinking who might I want to target for the internet income system. You guys want to see my screen? Okay, fine. Okay, so what I did was I went create audience, saved audience, and then I scroll all the way down to the bottom and I start typing in. I just want to see what shows up. You know, mostly I just want to see what shows up. Does Russell Brunson show up? There's Russell Brand, right? So he's not showing up, so maybe I type in more, right? Does Russell Brunson show up? Business leader? Russell Brunson? Hundreds of thousands of audience for Russell Brunson? Okay, so now if the audience is small like this, then I'm going to be more willing to probably leave it as generic as possible. What I'll probably even do is I'll probably add even some more countries to try to get that audience a little bit bigger, right? So when the audience is small, I'm not looking to narrow it, right? And that audience is pretty small. So I'm going to add these really quick, just showing you guys, doing it all again, because you guys need to see it over and over and over. You guys are asking questions that are obvious. Keep in mind that today, I'm not teaching you how to place ads. This is not how I would place ads. This is called audience research. This is how you would research and find audiences. Now, have you ever gone completely broad and let Facebook do the targeting? Of course. When you're spend over $1 million in ads over a course of 5 years, over a course of 3 years, really, yes, you're going to try everything. Okay? So you're going to try everything. So anyways, I'm just showing you guys how to I'm just showing you guys what's available. Like look, is there anybody that didn't even know that you can target just people that like Marie Forleo? Is there anybody that didn't even know that? Like literally that easy. I can just target people like Marie Forleo and put them into a funnel. The other thing is that is going to be better targeting than probably the other ads you run. Look, if I'm going to run ads for IIS, one of my ads is going to be an ad running directly to that keyword, Marie Forleo. Now, I may also, her audience was like, it showed like 4 million. I may also segment that down, right? But I'm 100% going to target these micro audiences. I am not going to target all women in the United States. Okay. I'm going to target Marie Forleo and I'm going to look at what her brand was. I'm going to look at what her brand is. You understand? That's the direction I want to go. Also, you're also looking at the personality of the brand. There are some personalities that are women that are masculine personalities. So if you're targeting somebody that's attracting masculine women, then you're going to want to use a D personality type. So if you guys go back and watch my personality styles, if you can understand their audience, like okay, an example, Jesse Lee, who's no longer with us, is one of the top network marketers out there, right? Jesse Lee was a very masculine personality, very D, very dominant. So if I'm building a Jesse Lee page, it's not going to be soft and pastel. That's not going to work because that's not what people think of when they think of Jesse Lee. It's going to be much more power, business, success. I'm bigger than you, you know? So almost like narcissistic in nature, like women should be at the top kind of idea. And you want to be able to target by personality too. So the reason I did the personality training is because you're going to underlay the personality training is the foundation of everything we're doing here. So I'm going to want to target these specific niches. So let's look at Russell Brunson as a niche. Okay. So let's look at Russell Brunson. Let's share my screen. Okay. So in this niche right here, I got a couple 100,000 people that have an interest in Russell Brunson. So now it's this simple. Like, look at how simple this is, right? Russell Brunson. Okay, we'll even go over here to images. Okay, you start to get kind of an idea about Russell Brunson. Clean cut, you know, nice, happy guy. You can even start to probably see the kind of branding and the kind of style that Russell Brunson's into and the things that he's into. People that follow Russell Brunson probably know what ClickFunnels is. They probably understand these things, right? .com secrets, expert secrets, traffic secrets. So when you start to understand these elements, you can actually start to implement them. Now, I'm going to show you guys something gangster. I'm not saying you should do this. This is a thought experiment. But watch this. So this is all hypothetical. What's up, everyone? Chris Record here. Thanks for jumping on this page. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the internet income system. And I'm going to talk to you about how we're earning instant commissions directly into our Stripe. Let's watch this video. All right. Now, Now, what if I simply redid it and I wrote the word ClickFunnels on this right here? Like ClickFunnels, and I drew a funnel. What if I just drew a funnel right here? I leaned it sideways like this with a funnel on it. Okay, that alone, and then I target Russell Brunson. Now, remember I told you those books? Right here. So now, look at this. Funnel books. What's up, everyone? Chris Record here. Welcome to the video. So today I'm going to talk about the internet income system and how we're paying people instant commissions directly to their Stripe account. Let's go. Now imagine I had a plaque back here that was a 2 Comma Club award. Do you see what I'm saying? These subtle things make a difference. Now, what if I just did this? Watch this one. You ready? There we go. There's my background picture. Do you see what I'm saying? I literally can just throw a couple things in my office, take a picture, and now I got a background that I can use for the page. There are endless ways, right? So at the end of the day, if you really kind of understand these individual niche audiences, they work well when you change something on the page. And that's what people don't understand. And that's what I'm trying to get your mind working on, right? I'm trying to help you to understand. When you change things on the page. So if you take a page like this and we wrote down the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements, the 7 elements of a video funnel page. So what you can do now is you can begin to say, what elements can I change? Like this picture right here, if I just did a different thumbnail that had a ClickFunnels plaque, a funnel over here, maybe it says funnel hackers or the funnel. Also, what about clothing? Could I just be, if I had a ClickFunnels hoodie, I'm wearing a ClickFunnels hoodie. I can have the ClickFunnels books visible. Do you see what I'm saying? All of those things matter. And then what about the background? Okay. So let's see, like, Let's grab something like this, okay? What if there was something like this in the background, right? What if the background was something like Russell Brunson speaking? You know, what I'm saying with all this is like literally, if I'm targeting people that are fans of Russell Brunson, I already know they're into internet marketing. I don't need to target internet marketers. I already know that people who like Russell Brunson also like internet marketing. So I can target, and then I can use this right here as the background image. Do you understand? And then I can slightly change some things up in the thumbnail. Do you understand? That's how. Now, another thing I could do is I could just go pull this thumbnail into Canva, and I could just make it transparent. So I could just cut out the background, right? And then I could do a ClickFunnels background, right? So we can even go over here. Let's say ClickFunnels wallpaper, see if there's something like that. You know, there we go. Something like this. So anybody that follows Russell might automatically recognize that, right? That ClickFunnels background. They might recognize this little logo, or I might find a way to just grab this and just put this logo up in the corner, something like there's little things you could do that make a big difference, okay? And that's what you need to understand. Now, this audience is still kind of small, 200,000, whatever. So let's cut it out, and let's go over here and search. Let's see if ClickFunnels shows up. ClickFunnels not one to show up. ClickFunnels is a company. They don't want the company to show up. They're hating on Russell, unfortunately. That does suck. All right, give me some names of some people in our industry that you give me some names of some people whose followers you think would be interested in internet income system. My name's not going to be in here. Chris Record is too popular. RECORD is never it never is anything. Okay, Grant Cardone. What's happening? I'm going to close this. Something's Grant's got to show up, right? Did I mess something up? If it ever messes up, just go back down here. What did I do wrong? Why, when I'm live, does it not want to work? You got to be kidding me. What did he do? What did he do, Facebook? Is Grant? Did Grant mess up? There's no way. I used to target Grant Cardone all the time. Man. Oh my God, what's happening? Wow, things are getting weird. Hey, you guys, I could be doing something wrong. Sorry. I could be doing something wrong. I apologize if I am. I was switching windows a whole bunch, and I don't know what's going on anymore. But in this, also keep in mind, I'm using an old account. This is an account. It's an old account right here. Look at this. It's just some super old account that I'm using. And so it could just be that I'm under an old account. I apologize. I don't know what's happening. We're gonna try one more and just see if it's not even gonna do like Gary Vee or Mark Cuban or something like that, then what are we even doing this for? Okay, Mark Cuban, 2.6 million. Wow, I don't know if it's just me, but I used to target Gary Vaynerchuk all the time. Yeah, there's Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay, so you're starting to understand. Now, an example of this, okay. The main thing you want to do is you want to do Gary Vaynerchuk, then you want to narrow audience. So you don't want to advertise to 6 or 7 million people. That's too big. You don't want to advertise. So instead, you want to come down here and think Gary Vaynerchuk and what? I don't know if they allow crypto right now. Oh, my ex-girlfriend got back to me. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, she got back to me. Here we go. So the girl I was talking about was Sophia Amoroso. This girl here, I think business class, so it's businessclass.co. I think this is just such a great, I think what she does is so great. She's totally just bought into like the 1960s, the business class, like flight related stuff. I called it flight school because I don't know what it's called, but it's called business class. Like that's the class. But she's totally just bought into this, like what, from the 70s maybe? I just love like the aesthetic and stuff like that. It's just another one of those examples of clean. So this is the kind of stuff when I'm targeting to women, I'm looking at like it's another thing about like simplicity. This girl makes millions of dollars too. So I like studying stuff like this. I gave this to my designer and said our sales pages should be like this, but like in a masculine version, but minimalist. Like, look at this, Flight 1, the jet fuel. And you got the pictures, they're just modeling in jets. Flight 2, passenger check-in with the 70s jets. It's all 70s themed. Like, it's all very creative, you know, they put business class up here. Heart, it's marketing. It's a very clean aesthetic, the whole entire page, the whole entire system. And she makes millions of dollars with it. So the idea is, it's not that you have to design like this. It's just that it's like you can learn from it. I just like learning from this stuff. Even the way those all like connected. That's so cool. I just like learning from all this stuff. So even like, look at the colors. There's some like pastels too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like women think, this is the thing. Women just think more about aesthetic. It's more important to them. You know, this is just more important aesthetic. So here she is in a bunch of different outfits. And I'm guessing these are screenshots from the course. So she probably like took a different course. So anyways, this is worth, I don't know if you guys are like, well, we get the aesthetic. It's like, I don't think you do. This is where money's made. Like anybody can place ads and lose money. I'm trying to like warm you guys up on how to make money. And so anybody, let me repeat this without anything shown. Anybody can place ads and lose money. Anybody can place ads and lose money, period. Anybody. Easy. To make money, you don't realize pros make profit. Beginners make mistakes. You understand, right? Beginners make mistakes. So pros make profit because a pro will say like, oh, you target somebody like this and you create an aesthetic that's similar to something like this. So you grab something, right? So if I share my screen right here, you just grab something. Like, look at this color right here. Look at this simple color. Like, just look at something like this. A thumbnail in the middle that's got this, just everything we're looking at right now. Okay, let me go ahead and put this next to the other page. Okay, no, it didn't do it. Hold on one second. Okay, so here we go. Why do I keep doing this? Hold on. One more try. There we go. Okay, so this aesthetic right here. So let's go back to here. So instead of this black background, right, you create this light background. Instead of this white font, you create this black font. Instead of uppercase and power, you create it more lower title case and simple. Okay. Instead of this thumbnail with a guy right here, you create a feminine thumbnail with like a little piece of furniture, something fashionable, beige in the background. Do you understand? Like, and then look at this button color. It's like this soft orange. That kind of like, it's like a softer version of this. That's it. And now you have the ability to be able to design this. Now, let's say you want more control. You're like, Chris, I really want to run a lot of ads and video funnels doesn't give me enough control. Then what I would do is I would create your landing pages. I would create them in high level. High level gives you all that control. Or if you have a ClickFunnels account, put them there. Oh no, my ex-girlfriend gave me the login to the business class. Should we see if we learn anything from it? It's $2,200 class she joined. Should I log in? Oh no, this could be all bad. Right while we're live, I just go for broke. Oh my God. The worst part is my girlfriend's talking to me again. The worst part is she might end up seeing this video at some point. What am I getting myself into? What if she sees this? It's not very flattering, is it? Okay, hold on. I'm just curious real quick what she uses. I like learning this kind of stuff. Okay, so we're inside the access. Business class, the well-connected handbook. We don't need to spend a whole lot of time here, but it is just like a little side note, just to kind of see the look and feel. This clouds, the blue and the white, the minimalist, again, very minimalist. Like compared to a man, right? Like if you compare this to like me, I'm not very minimalist at all. I got stuff going on everywhere you could think of stuff going on. It's just like everywhere, 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 everywhere. It's just everywhere, all this stuff. Granted, this is at least fairly clean. I'm not the worst. But it's just funny because you like log in here and you're like, oh, you see that, and then you're like, oh, that's it. Anyways, let's see really quick if let me see really quick if there's something here. Can we have a video funnel with a woman target AI design button? I don't know what that means. A woman target AI design button? I'm sorry. I'm not following. Yeah, look at this girl is killing it. Okay, I'm getting a little jealous right now. Man, she got the whole 70s getup. What? She's no joke. Man, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that unicorn commercial. You know what I'm saying? The squatty potty. It reminds me of like that vibe. Like, ooh, she's no joke. Good job. Good. She just recorded all in one day, didn't she? Switched outfits for each module, just hammered it out. Come on. Life is easy. She's got life on easy mode. She got the easy mode button. Wow. Sorry, guys. I know we're talking about ads, but she got ads bonus. She got ads training. Facebook ads fundamentals. The lounge. We gotta steal. You guys didn't see that. When you hear me talk about our lounge, just keep in mind it was my idea. Huh.
Hello, and welcome to this bonus training as part of your in-flight experience and how to track the results that you actually want to talk about. To test and get
Her slides are clean.
14 update. And you have to set up conversion
Look,
events.
do you notice even her Vimeo player? She's got it. This may not be Vimeo actually. This is Wistia, I think. But she's got it. You could do it with Vimeo too. She's got it pink. You notice that? Same. It's just what I'm saying is women really do.
You can find your API.
Aesthetic.
That's like giving them a quick tip or trick or educating them on
my
why
KLT
they would
factor.
like to invest in
Thief.
learn.
Thief.
You can set up look, and you see that certain $80 per 1,000 that you could purchase anything in exchange, like value wise, like a freebie or a lead.
Anyways, she advertised pretty heavy too. Let me I just went on a tangent. Let me regroup. Hope you guys don't mind. What do you guys notice about the feminine aesthetic versus the male aesthetic? What do you notice? What do you notice about targeting specific audiences? Frank Kern or Marie Forleo? You know, how would you like if I could quiz you on what are the characteristics of somebody? For example, fans of Frank Kern. Does anybody here know Frank Kern? If you know who Frank Kern is, throw some keywords up that you think describes Frank Kern. Okay, if you've ever heard of him or you know of him, what's something that comes? Just throw up a keyword, not sentences. First thing everybody's saying, surfer, beach, relaxed, casual. Not lately though, right? Copywriter, rustic. So in this example, that's how I want you guys to think is I don't want you to look 101 level. I wanted to get more advanced with you guys. 101 level is 101 level marketing is just target Frank Kern and see how it works. But more intermediate to advanced is target Frank Kern and then use your video funnel or your high level page, but let's just call it video funnel. Use your video funnel as a page that speaks to the audience of Frank Kern. And that's your ad. Your video funnel needs to actually speak to the audience. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like, so when you, and it's not what Frank Kern's like now. You got to think, it's not about what Frank Kern is like. It's like, it's more or less when people that think of Frank Kern, what do they think of? When they think of Grant Cardone, what do they think of? When they think of Sophia Amoruso, what do they think of? When they think of, I don't know, Jim Carrey, what do they think of? When they think of Breaking Bad, what do they think of? When they think of Walking Dead, what do they think of? You know, it's like, what do they think of? And I'm going to give you an example right now of what I mean by that, because Frank Kern has a bunch of different looks. So does everybody, right? So here's sort of the Frank Kern of like modern, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Here's more of the Frank Kern of like modern times. Like you got him over here, like with the suit and stuff like that. But people probably think of more like Frank Kern, like this, or like this. This is more or less like, if people think about Frank Kern, they think about him like this, right? They think about him with like this longer blonde hair. And you kind of got a contrast right here. That's the old Frank and the new Frank. Now, sure, this is what he's like now, but where his image and everything's really here. People will do the same things with actors, celebrities, musicians, and everything. You're really always going to think of somebody kind of like in their prime to you. It's not their prime in their life, but it's like the prime to you. Like where you heard about them or where you found out about them is kind of going to be like your image of them. So Frank built his massive following with this style right here. So you would go something like this, right? So you go like surfer background, HD. Okay. So even something as simple as this, finding like a cool thumbnail like this and having this be the background of the video funnel. And then I can sit there and I can say, okay, Frank Kern is known for surfing. It's the first word you guys thought. So in this case, I could easily just grab this thumbnail and make it the background. I can clone my video funnel and make the Frank Kern funnel. And I'll just call it Frank Kern. When you create funnels, you can call it something. So I'll call it whatever I'm advertising. So maybe I'm doing like Atlas-Frank Kern or Atlas Ads, Atlas-Ads-Frank Kern, right? So now I'm going to use this as the background. I'm going to try to figure out how I can implement as many Frank Kern elements as I can into what I'm doing. Now, a perfect bridge marketing example would be like, I actually interview Frank Kern or I have a picture with Frank Kern. If I have a picture with Frank Kern, all I got to do is put us in the thumbnail. Just go grab like Canva, put us in the thumbnail, and then have some text over here pointing to that. And it could be something like, I could do something like a little thought bubble that comes up and it says, Frank is the GOAT, or he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, GOAT. So I can be like, he's the GOAT. And it's just like the little thought bubble coming out. And that's the thumbnail. I'm just pointing to me and Frank. He's the GOAT. It doesn't need to explain nothing. And then click, and it's just me here. What's up, you guys? Chris Record here. I don't know if you guys like that thumbnail. Frank Kern, yeah, one of the greatest all time. Absolutely. Anyways, today I'm here to talk to you about the internet income system. Do you see what I'm saying? I just bridge marketed Frank Kern. Video funnels are the absolute bridge marketing page builder. They're built for ads that you can sit there and you can change things based on the interest. Now, the last thing I'll say about this is because it's already 6 and I've been going long every single day. Did you guys see the video where Jeff Long showed you that we could do dynamic text on video funnels? Did anybody see that video where Jeff showed how you can swap out the text on the page just by putting it in the URL? Some of you did, some of you didn't. Okay. Video funnels has another feature that really nobody's using and we haven't really taught yet. But all I'm saying is you could literally target the Frank Kern audience and you can make 5 different ads and you can actually create 5 different video funnels. And it's just your same funnel. So you can basically just split test the headline. So you can create 5 ads and you can split test the headline, the tagline. You can split test different elements inside of it. We're creating all of that for you to be able to split test. You can split test different backgrounds and you can even rotate them. We're creating this thing that's going to be like a link rotator that even allows you to be able to rotate through different backgrounds. So you could go up and you could say, okay, I want to target Marie Forleo. And I'm going to do a $5 a day ad with this little interior design background. But I'd also like to see how this one's like this like cool pink background with Marie on the corner. I want to see like how that of her speaking. I want to see how that one converts. Well, we want to set it up so that you can actually just build one page and then dynamically swap out those 7 elements. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, to Polly, yes. Everybody, yes. Crazy stuff coming. So listen, I'm just prepping you guys for ads. I'm not teaching you guys ads yet because first we have the onboarding webinar on Monday. We have the new onboarding system that we're creating videos for this weekend. And we have, on top of that, the new VSL. So I don't actually want you guys running ads yet, unless you're running lead ads, unless you're building a list and just, you're not really worried about conversions. But do you see the effort that goes into conversions? I want you guys to start to realize like it's about taking a target audience, building a bridge page that bridges them over and then pre-qualifies them to get in the internet income system. That's the only way you're going to close $100 a month sales. That's it. If it was a free offer, sure. But as far as what types of ads to run with those, I mean, it's all split testing. So the difficult thing with advertising is that it costs money. And the only way to know if something works well is if you spend money. So I would maybe split test. I'd maybe run a conversion ad. Let's just say we're doing the Marie Forleo audience. I got the feminine aesthetic. I might run a conversion ad. I might run a page post engagement ad. I might run a video view ad. I might run a lead ad. Maybe 5 different types of ads, right? And then just let those run for several days at maybe $10 a day each. So I'm spending $50 a day and I'm like, whatever, I'll lose $300. So I'm going to run for 6 days. At the end of 6 days, I can see what results I'm getting. And maybe one of them is standing out. And maybe it's like, hey, the one that's really standing out is this lead ad. And so maybe the other ones didn't mature yet, but I've only got so much money. The problem we're all going to face is that it takes real money to get data. And so since it takes real money to get data, it sucks because we don't have unlimited money, right? So you've got to kind of work with what you've got until you've got unlimited money, which hopefully you get. Hopefully you get. I'd like to see you get that. Of course, business expenses. If people are asking if business expenses are tax write-offs, I'm pretty sure that's pretty sure business expenses are tax write-offs. Yes. Any suggestion on min and max size of an intersecting audience? I'm not gonna. There's no right answer. That's a trick question, right? There's no right answer. So I'll give you something to go with for now. I'd say try to get your minimum audience up to at least 200,000 and maximum to like 5 million. There's no exact math. I mean, the only way to know that answer is to throw money at the exact, there's so many hundreds of thousands of different interests that we could target that there's no real way to know. You have to throw money to find out. For terms and conditions and advertising stuff, yeah, I mean, it's on the list. What would help is for those of you that are more interested in running ads, stuff like that, if you could ask Jeff to make sure that all the advertising compliance links are on the video funnels pages, but I don't know what version everybody has of video funnels. In order to get this one, I had to log into another person's account to build this one, just so for this demo. For that was for Ricky. So I didn't even, my accounts always shows like the stuff Jeff's working on. I have him push stuff to me that's like needs what you call it, like feedback. So if you guys message customer support and be like, hey, this is what we want, they'll do it. Should we use an image or video for ad? Yes. All right. Awesome, guys. Demary, I'm just messing with, but yeah, of course. It all comes down to what I'm saying, right? Split testing. Nobody can tell you if an image or a video works better. The only way, even if somebody has had more success with videos than images, that does not mean you will have more success with videos and images, because we're all marketing different audiences. We're all spending different amounts of money. We all have, we all have different budgets. We all have different sales funnels we're putting them through. They're seeing a different experience. It's like, and even if you market to the same audience, like a year later, it's a different audience. So you can't really teach this stuff. You just have to you have to learn the principles. And the principles are that there's probably some image campaigns that work with, there's probably some text only campaigns, there's probably some video campaigns, there's probably some lead campaigns, there's probably some other stuff, carousel campaigns. Right now, my favorite thing is short form video ads. Basically TikToks as ads. What would some possible lead magnets to use when targeting crossover interests if I were to do a lead ad? So you have to think, what would that audience want? So when you're creating your audience, you got to think, what would they want? What would they be interested in? So let's go back to if I was buying an influencer ad. I'm paying somebody who does makeup like tutorials for a living, and they got 1 million girls that follow them, right? And they just sit there and they do makeup and they like show the different types of makeup and the different ways to apply makeup. So I got to think in my mind, what is their audience interested? I can't think about me yet. The first question is what would her fans be interested in? So that's why I came up with earlier. I was thinking like, okay, what if I showed her fans, like, would you be interested in getting paid just to put on makeup? Did you know that all of these platforms pay you just for uploading videos? YouTube pays you AdSense. You got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They pay $30,000 a month in creator bonuses. These creator bonus programs are new. So I'm part of a community called Atlas, and we teach people just like you how to be able to make money online. We have a training that specifically teaches how to be able to get money as a creator. We'd love to invite you to that training for free. We'll show you how you can literally put on makeup. You could do fashion hauls. You can, and if you don't even want to show your face, here's like a little video called the AI Fashionista. Here's just an AI giving all the same advice, but it's done by AI. If you're like, don't want to get on camera, we got you covered too. We got a free training. It's going to show you how to do it. If you guys want, just sign up for the free training. So now what I've done is I've just converted a makeup audience of women into and I've taken a clip from our community and I've taken an audience from another community, and that's called a bridge. And so I need to create a page, a video funnel that's going to have a feminine aesthetic that's going to match the influencer. So I need to look up the influencer. So the similar way that I looked up these other girls, I'm going to look it up and I'm going to see, what does she have a special color? You guys know Chris has the orange, right? So if you guys are modeling fans of Chris Record, it'd be like orange and stuff. So I'm going to look for like, what are her brand colors? What are the things she likes? Is there anything that she's famous for? So she's famous for cosmetics. So I'm probably going to have like I'm going to have AI probably create like a very colorful, but like pastel colors of like different lipsticks and makeups. And I'll just have AI create a room based on all the keywords. And I'll do like 10 different images real quick on ChatGPT-4. And then boom, I've got my background image. And now I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but make a thumbnail out of it. I could go for hours, you guys, right now. What is the optimal time of a short video for TikTok? TikTok's less than 60 seconds is optimal, but for an ad, you can go a few minutes. Yeah, we show how to get paid for breathing, right? The problem is that, yes, if you got a heartbeat and you're alive, you're a prospect for us. True. But the problem is that that level of thinking is actually deceiving, because if you try to target everybody, you're going to end up with nobody. So it's so much better. Like, let's take this, I know you were kidding. I'm just, whatever. Yeah, I know it's all in the same comment, but let's take the self-employment tax credit. The self-employment tax credit is for anybody that's 1099 independent contractor, but you would be much better off making a bridge page that was specifically for massage therapists, or making a bridge page that was specifically for Uber drivers, right? So I'm going to show you just like as an example right here. Okay. So if you had a page like this, right? If you had a page like this and you basically said like, let's say, were you an Uber driver in during COVID? And then say something like you could qualify to get up to, let's say, 32,200 in COVID relief from the, let's say, U.S. Treasury. Then go like, here's how. Okay, and then have an Uber thumbnail, or like an Uber driver, like have like a car in the background with like an Uber. So create the background and then superimpose me over it right there, make myself a little bit smaller in the corner, and then boom. Now, and then this will be like, click here to see how much you qualify for. And then that could go to the form, right? So that could go to this tax credit form right here. And if they pull this out, then I make up $200 if they fill it out. So something like that simple, something that simple, and then make the background like something having to do with Uber, make the thing. And then when I do the video, just have it be a little video that just is really short, that just kind of talks about, you know, I kind of have like my talking points about the SETC, but I'm just tailoring this video to Uber. And then I'm going to tailor the next one to massage therapist. I'm going to tailor the next one to whatever. So it's bridge marketing, but when you understand how to use it with ads, it's like game changer marketing. All right, you guys. If you guys don't let me get off, I'm going to keep going for another 2 hours. Didn't we already do 4 hours yet? 5 hours yesterday? Y'all got me to talk to my ex-girlfriend just to try to get you? Oh, my God. So bad. Let me give you some homework. Okay, here's some homework for those of you that want it. Still hundreds of y'all. Here's some quick homework. Create a Facebook ads account, but don't place any ads. Okay? See if you can find the place where you can go and you can actually create these saved audiences. Go into Facebook, create saved audiences, and just go play with it and just save those audiences. Okay? And then maybe we'll do a part 2 of this because we only focused on people in our industry. You guys know that I could rock like fans of Taylor Swift and be just fine. I could take trending topics. I could say, wait, if something's trending, so let's say Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce dating is a super trending item. I could actually just target Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce fans plus one more interest and build all these little pages with the plus one interest, build like 6 or 7 different pages just to be able to give them some information, whatever, and then just use that as a bridge and be able to take those people into IIS. And I could probably go viral off of that. I could probably get a bunch of stuff. I'm just saying there's a whole nother level you guys will get to. You guys are working me in the comments right now, talking about my ex. You want to see you guys should see, what you guys don't see the private comments on. That would be fun to see you on demo, Taylor and Travis fans. Yeah, well, Taylor and Travis have like, celebrity couples always have like huge attention, right? So all I would be doing is capitalizing on their attention and then looking for the bridge, looking for the segue. But capitalize. So with ads, you can also actually go viral. So for example, something big happens in the news that involves celebrities. You could just make a video just like everybody else, but instead of trying to go organically viral, you just boost it with ads. And you do page post engagement views or video views, and you can go massively viral. I'll see if I have a picture of her. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. For those of you guys watching the recording, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there. See you guys in the next video. With my
How many haters you got? A lot. How many battles you fought? A lot. How many times you trust somebody but they never trusted you back? A lot. How many times you got hurt? A lot. Knowing that it wouldn't work. A lot. But still you turn around, give them your heart and they go and rip it apart. A lot. How many books you read? A lot. How many mouths you feed? A lot. How many times you take all your money and hook up a friend that's in need? They told me that money loves speed. They told me it don't grow on trees. How many times you battle with greed and how to check priorities? How much ambition you got? How many say you would fly? How many times you had to change friends so that you could rise to the top? Now how much money you got? How many friends you got? How many people you help? And don't it feel good at the top? Every day I'm feeling blessed for this life that I live. I'd rather have my haters than to never gone big. They told me that I wouldn't amount to nothing as a kid, but I proved them wrong by hustling, cause success the best revenge. While my friends were out at parties, I was working on my biz. Also instead of copping brands, I got stocks and dividends. Got my money making money, cause my money like to win. But it's hard to fight that urge of instant gratification. I was flipping through the gram, seen them flexing like they big. But instead of leaning Lambos, I was up in my ad spend. How many haters you got? A lot. How many battles you fought? A lot. How many times you trust somebody but they never trusted you back? A lot. How many times you got hurt? A lot. Knowing that it wouldn't work. A lot. But still, you turn around, give them your heart, and they go and rip it apart. A lot. How much ambition you got? A lot. How many say you would fly? A lot. How many times you had to change friends so that you could rise to the top? A lot. Now how much money you got? A lot. How many friends you got? A lot. How many people you help? And don't it feel good at the top? A lot. Yeah, I remember when I was young, growing up on food stamps, Section 8, welfare. You know, times were tough, man, but I hung in there. Started my own business, started hustling and grinding in my spare time. Eventually made enough money to be able to get out of my job. That's what it takes, man. You gotta put in the work, have a big dream, get a team behind you, and take massive action. Question: how many fake on IG, flexing with Lamborghinis? I can see behind the smoke in the mirrors, they broken, their heart is empty. But I never say a thing when they post with a Bentley. Some entrepreneurs make millions, while some of them faking the dream. Focused on daily routines, I'm focused on building my team. You won't catch me on the club scene, not me, I'd rather wake up and go dream. Rent where you live and own what you rent, until your cash flow covers expenses. That's how the rich stay rich in the business. Income, that's what pays for the assets. True, get yourself an accountant, properly file your taxes. Get your money aside for investments, reinvest back into brand development. Stop chasing all that relevance, they got opinions but don't dwell on it. When you blow up, they all gonna know about it. Then get a whip, but with no loan on it. Develop your purpose and passion, map out a plan that take massive action. Put your cash into things that are passive, get debt free, then don't get distracted. Time is short, man, it's gonna go fast, and life is a book, so write your own chapters. Manifest everything you want that attract it. You can achieve anything you can imagine. Look, I am just keeping it real. I was where you are, I know how it feels. I was on welfare, I couldn't pay bills, bouncing my checks to pay for my meals. Now I put my money in deals, growing it over the years, and hoping you hear the lessons I'm sharing to helping you overcome all of your fears. How many haters you got? A lot. How many battles you fought? A lot. How many times you trust somebody but they never trusted you back? A lot. How many times you got hurt? A lot. Knowing that it wouldn't work? A lot. But still, you turn around, give them your heart, and they go and rip it apart. A lot. How much ambition you got? A lot. How many say you would fly? A lot. How many times you had to change friends so that you could rise to the top? A lot. Now how much money you got? A lot. How many friends you got? A lot. How many people you help?